Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday morning. Those of you who are joining us live, it is time for Crochet Business Chat where we're going to answer the question, should I stop coaching? I'm going to be sharing a little bit from the heart today. I'm going to be sharing like weird things that happen on the internet. Also going to be breaking down some definitions, some redefinitions, and letting you know like where things are going from here. So I'm happy to have you join us. My name is Pam Grice, the Crochetpreneur. I'm on a mission to help 100,000 women find financial freedom through crochet, and I'm trying to say 100,000 makers. Sometimes I forget. So I'm happy to have you here. If you have not already subscribed, subscribe, click like on this video so that folks join us, and we're going to get chatting. So basically, I don't have anything like super scripted. I do have some things written out for my own reference so that I can be sure to cover all the things I wanted to cover today. But I want to share with you kind of what was going on with me last week. So I got a little bit triggered last week, only because I'm working really hard to create this conference for everyone and getting some backlash. And I think the more I market it, the more people are talking about me, which is just weird. And maybe they're not talking about me. Maybe they're just talking about the industry. I don't know. I don't know people's hearts. But just some interesting things have happened in the last week. So mostly, I have been reaching out to different speakers, different people who coach in the industry, people who already have a heart for helping other makers and designers to make money, because I want the people who are teaching at our upcoming conference. This is not a pitch for the conference, don't worry. But for the people who are teaching at the conference, I want them to be people who already care about our community, who already give back, who already like break open the gates and tell people what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, how they can grow, all of those things. So I've been searching. I don't necessarily know all of those people because I kind of tend to stay in my own bubble. And so I was searching online for different people who might call themselves coaches or might call themselves mentors or whatever. And I got a little bit disheartened. The first person I found was copyright infringing on me. So like she specifically had a resource called the Crochetpreneur's Guide to whatever, right? So I was like, okay, well, I can't, as much as that person is, fits the description of the person I'm looking for to be a speaker, they're infringing on my copyright, and that's illegal. And I don't want people who lack integrity to be associated with this conference. So I was like, okay, can't reach out to them. Then I had found another one, and I hopped onto Threads, and I saw this conversation that was puzzling. And I'm going to share a little bit of it here, paraphrase. I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not going to any of that stuff. I just want to address some misconceptions, some interesting things, and we're going to go from there. And again, address the question, like, should I stop coaching? All right. So, all right, I'm just going to bring up a little bit of what was shared. So it was a long diatribe. Like it was 4 panels of like, there's people coaching in this industry who don't know what they're talking about, who aren't making money from designing, and so they shouldn't be coaches, all of that kind of stuff. So as I was reading through it, some of the main points were, A, they're teaching people to do what they haven't done, which I think is a valid point. I think anybody who teaches something should at some point be able to show that they have done the thing. So, okay, that's a valid point, right? But what she was alluding to was that the people that she was referring to had not done that. And I ultimately think we can't know what other people have or have not done if we don't see behind the scenes of their business. So, judging that other people have or have not done something, I think, is kind of a stretch. But I do agree, people shouldn't teach things that they can't do, right? Yeah, I'm okay with that. The next one is these people are bragging that they make six figures, or insert the BS people are claiming, but that's only from teaching. So as I got to this one, I was like, wait, is this about me? I don't know if it was or if it wasn't, but I was like, well, I don't brag about making six figures. I tell that I make six figures or have made six figures because I'm trying to help people scale their businesses so that they can make six figures as well. Whether they want to just do that from designing, which many people are doing, so it's not BS, or if it's from creating multiple income streams the way that I've done in my own business to make multiple six figures every year. So again, this past year, I did my bookkeeping and we made multiple six figures. So that's a real thing. People do it. People do it just from designing or designing and having an ad network and having a YouTube channel, right? But they're just still in this design space. And then other people do it through designing and dyeing yarn and having podcasts and selling courses and all of those things. None of those are illegitimate, I don't think, but apparently some people think it is. That's okay. All right. When you're teaching based on theory and not actual knowledge or experience, then say that. Well, I agree. So then when I saw that, I'm like, wait, maybe it isn't about me. Right? I don't want to think that I'm the main character of everyone's story and that people are like, every time they say something, it has to be about me. But I still think it may have been about me, but it might have been about somebody else. Again, I don't know. But everything I teach is based on actual knowledge, experience, and the experience of the people in my program. With 1,000 people in the program, we have a lot of feedback about what's working, what's not working, and those kinds of things. So I think that's an interesting comment. Again, you don't know what people have knowledge about or what they don't have knowledge about. Nobody does. Then there was this one. Bottom line, be careful out there because them websites be looking real good. And I thought, maybe this is about me because my website looks real good. If you haven't seen the Crochetpreneur website, I totally rewrote it and rebuilt it this year. So I think it looks real good. So maybe that's the thing. I don't think that having a website that looks good necessarily precludes you from coaching people, especially if you're coaching people that have websites that look good and attract their ideal customers. Anyway, that was a ridiculous statement. Having a pretty aesthetic website feed and going around saying you're a design coach, but you don't actually make pattern sales, your only revenue is from selling coaching, is disingenuous. Yeah, I mean, it's confusing because how do you know if people are making money from pattern sales or not? I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not about me because I am still making pattern sales consistently every single day, making money from my designs, whether I'm designing now or not. And again, this is not the point of the discussion, but I just wanted to pull this out to say, this is why we're talking about what we're talking about. So I think a lot of people might look at Crochetpreneur and say, how do you even know what you're talking about? You're making money. You're just making money from coaching. And while, yeah, the majority of my money is made from coaching because that's where I spend all of my time, I still make money from design, from my design website, and from other digital products and things that we sell. So I don't know. I think this is just somebody wanting to, I don't know. I don't know this person, so I can't really say. But then someone else commented because it got into a thing. And then some of the comments that were there have been deleted as I went back to it today to say, like, what is this conversation again? Some of the comments were deleted. So I was really sad because they were good. Anyway, this one says, yes, this bugs me too. Show me how you're consistently making that money from your design business and going viral doesn't count. And I was like, oh, maybe it is about me. I don't know. But again, I don't just teach how I went viral because I can't teach that anyway. I teach how I learned to consistently make sales and help other designers consistently make sales as well. So this is irrelevant and I don't get it. Um, and then if you are not consistently making that you design, wait, if you're not consistently making that from your design business, what qualifies you to coach anyone besides you telling me you can? Well, helping other people, having the receipts, um, and having the evidence that what you're teaching has actually helped them to grow, I think is enough. So if you don't think that, then don't hire me, okay? So ultimately, I just thought that was really interesting. I think it's coming from a lack-based perspective and a real misunderstanding of what coaching is in the first place. So I'm going to check your comments real quick. Hi, good morning. Yay, happy to have you all here. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about what is business coaching, what is mentoring, what is a strategist, and because I'm not designing any longer, because I don't have time for that, does that mean I shouldn't coach anymore? Let's ask the question. Tell me what you think. But first, let's just answer the question, what is business coaching? So coaching helps business owners develop self-awareness, set goals, and proactively build skills to reach those goals. So this might focus on leadership skills, business strategy, mindset, productivity, marketing, all kinds of things. But so a coach ultimately helps the business owner grow, personal growth, professional growth, and really, we like to ask provocative questions so that the person can grow based on their own desires and their own knowing and their own understanding of who they are and what they want. So it's less telling and more asking questions and a lot of listening. So that's what business coaching is. So basically, evidence-based coaching grounded in positive psychology can also build mental fitness skills. So these skills help to develop or support mental health while focusing on the present and the future, not the past. So coaching focuses on right now. What are you believing right now? And what do you need to believe to move into your future self? So coaching kind of doesn't focus on trauma of the past. It might focus on what messages from the past are you listening to today, but we focus totally on the present. Going to the past takes it into the realm of therapy, which we'll talk about what that is in just a moment. So basically, there's business coaching focusing on, building these skills in business. There's design coaching, which would be focusing on these skills as a designer. So not how to design, but how to build your goals as a designer, how to build your personal growth as a designer, that kind of thing. So next we're going to ask the question, what is a therapist? So because I'm asking this question because sometimes people expect a coach to be a therapist. And while I do have a history of being a psychotherapist, I don't use that so much in my coaching business. So therapy is clinical mental health care to help individuals manage and reduce symptoms of mental illness. Therapists are licensed by the state and have a master's degree along with state credentialing. So master's degree in counseling, psychology, whatever it is. So there's a lot of coaches don't necessarily have any credentials. I have a business strategy credential, and I also have credentials from life coaching school. But I also have these psychotherapy credentials. So unlike coaching, which focuses on the here and now, therapy focuses on healing the past. Therapy treats mental health conditions and helps with personal and family issues. So therapy and coaching, very different. One focuses on the past and one focuses on the present and the future. All right. So next, What is a mentor? So a lot of times you'll see people say they're a business coach and other people say they're a business mentor. So let's talk about what's the difference. So mentorship is a relationship focused on professional growth. Sounds a lot like coaching, right? Oftentimes, mentors consult and advise on professional challenges. They can also help encourage new ways for mentees to grow their careers. Mentors help facilitate connections and build social capital. So, the way that I look at it, a lot of times mentors are sharing, this is my personal experience, this is what worked for me. You should do the same thing that worked for me. Not necessarily always, they don't always do that, but that's kind of how I look at it. And typically, in the business realm, mentors will be more of a volunteer relationship rather than a paid relationship. But again, not always, because all of these areas have their kind of gray areas of what are they? They run into each other, they kind of snake together like DNA. So they all have kind of different nuances. All right, and finally, the last one we're going to look at is what is a business strategist? So a strategist helps to develop strategic plans that will guide an organization in reaching its goals and targets and improving profitability. A strategist analyzes existing business strategies and practices and provides recommendations for improvements. And other aspects, including helping with product development, marketing strategies, and high-level long-term planning and decision-making to guide an organization's overall direction and growth. So a strategist, I think more than a coach, would be more hands-on in the business, where a coach is very coachee-led, or like helping the coachee discern things for themselves. A strategist will be more like, here's a strategy. How does this fit in with your business? Or I think these pieces will work together to get your business where it needs to go. Those kinds of things. I think they're a little bit more hands-on and a little bit wider range of strategic skills. So what the heck do we do here at Crochetpreneur? So here we do, aside from therapy, because I would love to say I'm your business therapist, because we do the mindset work, we do a little bit of how-to, we do a little bit of advising, we do lots of strategy. And I would like to say therapist, but I think there are some legal things we need to think about using the word therapy. So I don't use the word therapy, but I think what I'm going to do is shift into using more of the term strategist, because there's such a misunderstanding, even from coaches, as to what coaching is. A lot of people believe coaching is someone telling you how to. So while there is a little bit of how-to happening in the relationship, that's a very small piece of it. And yeah, it's not as high level thinking as a strategist might be. And so strategy is, oh, I happen to have it right here. So one of my strengths coach, so I have a strengths coach that I work with, and these are my top strengths: ideation, coming up with ideas; strategy, intellection; futuristic; and relator. So those top four are all strategy-based traits. So they're intrinsic traits and strengths, skills that are kind of the natural way that I operate in the world. So I'm always coming up with ideas, always developing strategies, high-level thinking, high-level, like I love intellectual conversations, even if I'm starting to lose my words because I'm getting older, and then focused on the future, right? So all of this fits well in with the business strategist component, and then relator fits in with my more therapy or relationship-based coaching. So at Crochetpreneur, we do a little bit of all of these things. So we start out teaching people how to, so we can get them into our world. And then we dig deeper, because the important bit is the mindset bit. The important piece is the personal growth piece. But if we start off talking about that, people will be like, I don't need that. I just need to know how to upload a pattern to Ravelry, right? So we give you the how-to, and then we'll take you and help you grow further as a business owner, as a person, and as you walk into your future self to create the life that you want to create. So that's what we do. So the question comes down to where I started this whole thing is people saying you can't coach crochet designers if you don't currently design. So the question is, can we do this without continuing design? Can we share how-tos? Can we share what's working in the industry based on the experience of over 1,000 people in our program? Can we help people with their mindset? Can we focus on the future? Can we provide encouragement, support, community without currently designing? Yes, we're still selling designs. Yes, we still make sales every day with designs, but not currently designing. I think the answer is of course we can. And so to believe anything different than that is to misunderstand again what we do and what the coaching industry is all about. So yeah, I don't want people to misunderstand the nature of the work that we do. And maybe I haven't been really clear about that. So I need to go look at my messaging and say, how can I be more clear about what we do? I say we because we're a team now. We have 6 people in the business, and so I want to, I'm focusing on what we do as business owners. Our other coaches in the program are actively designing. So anyway. Coaching, mentoring, and strategy are about more than how-tos and checklists. It's about people, it's about growth, and it's about results. If we weren't getting results with the people that we're helping, we would stop doing what we're doing. And certainly, we don't need to make up stories or talk BS in order to get people to work with us or to hire us, because we have the testimonials and the results and the receipts to show that what we're doing is working. And so I really didn't want this to be like me defending myself, because again, I don't even know if they were talking about me, but because it kind of pricked little places in me to ask those questions, like, do I need to be designing in order to be helping people? I wonder. I need to ask the question. So I did that work over the weekend, and I asked the questions, and I came up with my own answers, and I'd love to know what you think. So I'm going to pop over here. Whoever talked there about you or not you, clearly super jealous. Yeah, I don't know if they're jealous. They might be jealous. They might be angry. I'm not really sure. And I feel sad that they felt like their only recourse is to talk about people on the internet in front of their backs without naming names. I don't know, it just feels yucky, but I'm doing the same thing now, right? So I am talking about someone else without naming names, and I'm not going to. But let's see. Obviously, they aren't in CBA. I love your coaching and support. Thank you. Okay. Chanel, I'd still be floundering in the dark without CBA and all your amazing resources. Oh. I think some people don't realize how much of a long game this business is. Even if you work crazy hard or do everything right, it's still likely to take a lot of time to build it up. It's so true. So, am I going to stop coaching? No. But I think I'm going to shift the language to be, I don't know, I'd really like to come up with a new word that means strategist cheerleader, strategist mindset coach, ultimate supporter, and your, I don't know, encourager. I would love to find a word that fits. And ultimately, the lesson for me is people don't understand what you do until you're clear about it. People don't understand the importance of different things until you're clear about it. And this lesson I've had to learn over and over and over again. Some people could care less what the reality is. They just want to not like you. and they just want to blame you or they want to misunderstand you. There have been people in my world who have clearly been bent on misunderstanding who I am and what I have to say. And if people are bent on misunderstanding you, there's nothing you can do about it. So focus on the people who get it, focus on the people who support you, who are taking action, getting results. Yeah, ultimately, that's it. But I am a highly sensitive person. I just want people to like me. So when I think people are like misunderstanding me, I take it personally. And I know that that's something I have to work on. Like I'm still doing my own personal growth. I told you I'm working with a strengths coach, um, and doing my own work around things that trigger me, things that trigger like you're an outsider, you don't belong here, all those things that come from my own story. So that's that. I just wanted to use that to clarify what the industry looks like, what we do over here, and how we can help you, and what my passion is, and hopefully answer some questions you have about what we do. So, I would love to hear from you. Do you have any questions today? Did you bring any questions to Crochet Business Chat that I can answer or help you with, or any of that? Some people only want to hear what they want to hear. I know. It's true. Tanya. We love you, Pam. Thank you for all you do. I've grown so much with your coaching. I'm so grateful for your support. Thanks, Tanya. So, what do you think? Do you have any questions today about your business? How's your business going? How are things happening? Was January kind of a slump for you, or did you still have kind of a rockin' January after a crazy December? Those crafty fingers. So I've learned from your pivotability and that it's okay to try new things regularly. Yes, try new things. See what works, see what doesn't work, do more of what works, and you'll get where you need to go. So, okay, I don't see any questions today, but I really want to encourage you that I am, keeping some time at the end of every Crochet Business Chat to answer your questions, quick Q&A. And I know people are not always wanting to hop online or hop on video and ask their question and be vulnerable, but I want to encourage you to do that. The more questions you ask, the more direction and clarity you get. So Wilka asked, only question I have, will it be a smart thing to go over the ideal customer module and CBA before we have our chat on the 8th? Oh, yes. I would suggest that you do that. I want you to get clear again. We all have to do this. Get clear again on who your ideal customer is, so that when we do kind of a review of your shop and your business on next Thursday, we're doing this for our VIP group coaching time, that we have that all kind of solidified. Yes. Tanya said, January is 20% up over last January, down from the fall, of course, but over last year at the same time. Yay, that's awesome. Buy the Yarn says, what programs do you have? So if you go to crochetpreneur.com/everything, that's my everything page, and it shows all of the things that we offer. Scroll to the bottom for the programs. We have Crochet Biz Lab, which is our kind of introductory, get your feet wet with Crochetpreneur. We have Crochetpreneur Business Academy, which is our comprehensive signature course. We have our VIP program, which is actually getting rebranded, so we're not actually having people join that right now. And we have our Catalyst Collective, which is our high-touch, high-level mastermind. We meet for 90 minutes every week. It's just a group of 10 or 11 designers, and we dive deep into their businesses and their issues and their strategies. And that will open up again in April. I started my pattern design business in 2016 and have watched the industry and social media advertising change so much. I know it really has changed a lot. I feel like it's changed for the better in many ways, and it's changed for the worse in many ways. I feel like there's a lot of contention. There's a lot of um, mindset of lack of like, there's not enough sales to go around. There's not enough attention to go around. I have to continue doing more and more to get attention. And I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. I have to work harder and harder. The hustle culture is just not great. I don't think it's good for anyone. In fact, I don't know how much I should say, but I have been pretty open about the chronic illness that I developed when my business did go viral, and it's one of those things that is just going to be with me forever and impacts every day, every minute of my life. And went to the doctor again yesterday and got a whole new diagnosis on something else that's going on as a direct result of working too much. So it's just, we just have to take care of ourselves. And I think as we move through this year, once we get past the conference, which I think the next 2 months are going to be highly, highly stressed. So I think after that, I'm going to really focus on building a more laid back business because I need to take care of myself. And, I have framed, like last year was my year of trying not to die, and succeeded. And this year I'm changing that to my year of trying to live and live a life that feels really good and doesn't feel so stressful and doesn't make me wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning freaking out, because I just want to serve everyone. And sometimes that is self-destructive. There's a book called When Helping You is Hurting Me. And sometimes that happens when you are a helper. And so I need to mitigate that. And for those of you who are people pleasers, people helpers, who love to serve your community and also who love your work as much as I love my work, take care of yourself. Build self-care into your day, into your week, and watch your health. And I will, if I have time, I have to cook all of my food. Like, I cannot eat out. And so maybe I'll share some recipes with you online for some healthy things that we come up with. So what will you talk about the conference? You want me to talk about the conference? The conference you can find out about at crochetbusinesssummit.com. It is taking place April 10th through the 13th. On the 10th, we're going to have a VIP day. So our mastermind, so the ladies from our mastermind are inviting anyone who wants to join us. There is an upsell, like you have to pay for it. They're paying for it. We're going to spend the day together really working on some strategy for business. And that's the 10th during the day. Then we're going to have a cocktail party. Then we're going to break for dinner and come back and have our big welcome ceremony with everyone who's come. We're going to have our welcome ceremony. I'm going to share a little bit of my story, which I think none of you actually know. Not my business story, but my story of why I care so much about helping you. And then in the morning, Mike Michalowicz, who is the author of Profit First, The Pumpkin Plan, Get Different, All In. He's got a lot of books out. People call him the patron saint of entrepreneurs. He will be speaking Thursday morning, and we're going to be doing small group pods. We're going to be doing breakout sessions. We'll have a meet and greet with Mike, and we'll be doing breakout sessions and panel discussions all day. Then we'll have a closing session at night. And then Friday will look very similar, but our speaker will be Joey Vitale, who is a trademark lawyer. He's going to come in and talk about how to protect your business. He really is. He's not just a dry lawyer. He's not only a lawyer, but he is a dear friend of mine who was so supportive of my business when I went viral, and we have been friends ever since. And he has offered to come talk to you about your business and about trademarks, and he's going to hang out all weekend. Or the whole time that we're there to answer any of your questions. He's also a business coach. He's my business coach. And he's going to share some of his wisdom with you. And again, breakout sessions. And then at the end, I'm launching something really special. which I'll just tell you right now is called the Crochet Professionals Network, is going to launch right there at the end of the conference, and you'll be invited to join us in that. It's not, I'll share you all the details once it happens. So we're preparing to get ready for that. Now, you might look at the cost of attending and think like, wow, that's a lot. And I just want to tell you that quality keynote speakers, 2 nights of lodging is included, 2 days of food is included. And when a gallon of coffee costs $60, 2 days of food can be expensive. And ultimately, not a lot is going to actually cover the costs of the conference. So we are just running on a break-even basis. So we're not overcharging. We're not trying to make a buck on this conference. We are trying to bring you some great information and some community. So that's the deal with the conference. I really, really hope you come. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be incredible. Some of you who are here on the call are going to be there, so I'm really excited. Okay, let's see. Do what you teach us. Your health goes before everything. I know. I think it's okay to call yourself a coach without being a current designer. It's not like sports coaches are also playing the game. They're coaching because they're good coaches, right? Thank you. I wish I lived in the US now. Really gutted that I can't attend. I'm sorry. I'm so bummed I live in Germany. Shoot. How do you schedule your time with everything you do? I work too much. So I basically have been getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning just because of anxiety, if we're being honest. And we're just going to be honest. I have severe anxiety, and I wake up in the middle of the night. I dream about work. Something comes up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to do something about that. And so I get up at 4, I start working, and then I usually crash at 6 till 7:30. I go back to sleep, and then I get up again, and I work all day, and I may take a nap in the afternoon. I sleep better in the daytime than I do at night. So sometimes like 2 to 3:30, I'll take another nap. And I try to be done by 5. I used to work 6 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night every night. Don't do that. It's so bad for you. And so I know, like, I have sort of an addictive personality, and so I get addicted to work, and I have to mitigate that for myself, and I don't recommend it. And we know that the work will get done no matter what time frame you put around it. So if I told myself I only have 4 hours to work every day, the work would still get done. And I need to take my own advice. Sometimes us coaches, we don't take our own advice. But thank you for asking. And I just want to tell you, it's a struggle for everyone, and find what works for you. I do use Asana, where I put all my to-dos in there so that every day I open it up and it tells me these are your appointments, and this is what you have to get done in between those appointments. And so I do have that checklist every day. Otherwise, I would totally forget. So we need a European summit. Wouldn't that be nice? I've never actually been to Europe. So I can't wait to see everything at the conference. It's going to be a wonderful and fulfilling time. I can't wait to see you there, Tanya. I can't attend, so I was wondering if there will be any recordings of the presentations or anything that we could possibly pay for. So I will let you know, we are working on getting recordings so that we can sell a bundle of the breakout sessions. I don't think I'll be able to sell a recording of Mike's presentation. I'll have to ask him. But all of the breakout session speakers, I'm going to have them record their session ahead of time, and we'll sell that on the back end, just so that those who can't come. I just don't want people to use that as an excuse not to come, because there's so much value in being in the same room as people that I want you to come. If you're able to fit it into your schedule, I want you to come. By the Yarn said you hope to be there. Yay, I hope so. All right, Priscilla. Priscilla, welcome to CBA. I'm so excited to see that you joined us. Happy to have you here. So she said, take care of yourself. You've given so much to this community. Food restrictions can be difficult. My kids have food allergies, and literally they eat in an actual restaurant maybe 5 times a year. We manage dairy, egg, peanut, and nut allergies, and I've managed gluten. Ugh, I get it. So I can only eat 45 grams of protein, and I can barely eat carbs. So mostly I'm on an all-fat diet. Not really. I'm on an all veggie and fruit diet, mostly veggies, and beans and medical food. So I have to get a lot of my food through pills, sadly. Anyway, it's life, things happen. Yeah, it's hard, but we grow our own food. And so I have a plethora of vegetables, and that's great. So, okay. I think I'm going to let you all go. I have an hour before our mastermind group meets, and I should go make my breakfast. So, um, so yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate you listening in, listening to what I have to say about this. I'm not bashing that other person who has her opinions. I'm just saying I think there's a misunderstanding within the community of what coaching is, what credentials you need to have to be a coach, and what skills a coach needs in order to get results for their. And I'm not quitting coaching. I just might call it something different. But and man, if I had time to design, I really would. But I think I'm probably just going to be making for fun. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. I will see you next Tuesday. Take care. Bye.